Everybody, it's Toriana, Psychic Medium, bringing you card of the week. I've mentioned the past few videos, weekly is going to be easier for me and hopefully easier for you as well. So I'm shuffling up Rider-Waite, Emperor. I have Earth Magic for Oracle to support whatever tarot tells us. And of course, tuning in. Somebody's in uncharted. Okay, there's the shiver validation. Somebody's in uncharted waters because they're showing me someone swimming like in a pond between the reeds and they can't see what's ahead of them. I'm hearing deep in the abyss. Who's building a house? Somebody's building a house and they're stressed. And I don't think you can build a house without being stressed. But somebody is stressed to the point where they can't see what's coming. And they know stuff is coming. I'm hearing everything's lined up. Trust the process. Again, more cliches, but all right. Okay, thank you. They want me to remind you that our lives are pretty much charted. We can deviate left and right. We don't have to go straight. But as you know, before we incarnate, we make this list of things we want to learn and do and grow and mistakes we want to make. And so trust that okay, I'm sorry. It's your reading. I have to tell you what I'm getting. But they're saying, even if you're building the house and you accidentally pound your nail, you probably needed a new nail to grow on the thumb anyway. And I know that sounds stupid, but okay. They want me to share with you a story. This is a personal story that really did happen with me. A couple of weeks ago, I was walking the dogs and it was daylight. And I looked up against the woods and I saw a doe standing there, kind of crouched down, but looking at me. And she was gray. And I thought, why is that deer gray? That's strange. And then she disappeared. And I thought, oh, that's why she's gray. Okay. Driving home, I work second shift. Driving home through a heavily wooded area. I've tried to remember to slow down, but everybody does 60 and a 45 on this particular road. And I'm starting to do 60. And all of a sudden, Spirit tuned in and said, remember what you saw. And I'm like, yep, the deer, I got to slow down. Well, I hadn't really slowed down. And all of a sudden, my car went from 60 to 35. And I thought, oh, this is interesting. And I looked up to my right on the front lawn of the next house I was approaching, and there was the deer. And she was big. And she would have done damage. And I probably would have done a lot of damage to her. So I was grateful for the validation of that was the gray deer, the message of slow down, this is coming up. And there she was on the front lawn. So again, it comes under the umbrella of trust the process. Because I wouldn't have slowed down if I hadn't seen the gray deer. And I guess the most important part of this story for me is that she and I locked eyes, and it was that boing, and I was like, oh, she's magnificent. I mean, she was just majestic. So, and not only looking, but feeling her aura, her energy was just amazing. So getting back to the whole pounding the thumb, you might need a new nail. There's a reason for everything. So if you're really stressed out about this house, maybe you've heard the old cliche, give it to God. It hasn't, every time I've given it to God, it hasn't really worked out bad. I don't preach religion. Everybody has what they believe. Some people believe in God, Buddha, Allah. Some people believe in a rock. Whatever you believe in. But just trust it. Just trust that process. All right. But oh, let's see. Okay, so I'm going to cut the deck. I'm going to shuffle one more time. And I have Earth Magic for Oracle. And I have the pendulum for your yes, no. So here we go. Rider-Waite is telling us 6 of Pentacles. Pentacles are anything tangible of that, anything tangible of value that you can hold in your hand. 9 times out of 10, it's money, could be gold. But he's making sure that everything is fair. He's got the scales of justice. He's weighing the money before he passes it out to make sure everything is fair. So whatever's unfair in your life will turn around. Just trust it. Just trust it. Okay. Okay. Thank you. And taking that a step further, be prepared for people to approach you for advice. Because people know you are fair and you are valued. All right. So when someone says, hey, I got to bounce this off you, then you can sit back and go, oh, that's that 6. That's that 6 of Pentacles. Very cool. All right. So I have reassembled the deck. Queen of Wands. And I believe it was last week she fell out of the deck when I was shuffling. Okay. Different deck, but still same message. Queen of Wands, highest female energy of the will and the desire to do something. What are you going to wave your wand for? All right. It has more power than you realize. All right. So those are your cards of the week. I'm going to shuffle up Earth Magic now. And again, be thinking of that yes, no question for Octavia, the pendulum. All right. I'm going to shuffle up. Why are they showing me my CJ5? It's that CJ5. My first car was a 1974 CJ5 3-speed on the floor, no back seat. All of my friends had to sit on the spare tire and hang on for dear life. God, we had fun. Oh, the Bondo buggy. God, I love that. Rag top. Froze my ass off in the winter. Love that car. Anyway, I guess it's not a car, it's a Jeep. But why are they showing me this? Is it nostalgia? Why are you showing me my CJ5? Oh, okay. It's not nostalgia so much as it is, it was also the singing frog. It had a major steering issue. I remember going through Gray Corner and the steering column would stick and I would have to literally reap on it to go to make it turn left. I almost hit the monument square on because I couldn't get the thing to turn. And I would get home and say, Dad, we got to look at the steering column. And Dad took it for a ride and it breezed right through, no issues. So their message is you can maneuver it if you have to. Again, I almost hit the monument. And this, okay, I'm dating myself because this is when the monument was in its original place, between Route 100 and Route 100 going to Portland and 115 going to Wyndham. Okay, it used to be there and now it's on the other side of the town, on the other side of a Gray Corner. But anyway, I was able to maneuver that Jeep. Didn't think I could do it, but I did. Whatever obstacle you have in front of you, you can maneuver it if you really have to. Okay. All right. Thank you. It was pretty deep, but it's a scary memory. I almost hit the monument. Okay. Anyway, I didn't hit the monument because I reefed on that steering wheel with 2 hands on one side and I finally got it to jerk back into the left-hand lane so I could go to work. All right. Going to cut the deck. All right. Shuffle one more time. I'm hearing you got this. You got this. All right, here we go. Okay, so my first car, so we were talking about my first car, and then the card is childhood with innocence. There was a lot of, yeah, say innocence, but my spirit guide was on the hood of my Jeep many, many times, and I'm very grateful. I lived to tell the tale, and so did my friends. Anyway, childhood and innocence. So, oh, okay. Their message with the childhood and innocence is don't be so hard on yourself if you didn't know better back then. Of course, you know better now. But when you reflect on, wow, why did I do that? Why did I do this? You didn't know any better. You were innocent. So don't be hard on yourself for something you did when you didn't realize you really shouldn't have done it. All right. I'm hearing cut yourself some slack. Interesting. Cut yourself some slack, but in the same token, push through it. You got it. Okay, that's it. So, as I said earlier, I have Octavia. So if you have that yes, no question, great. If you don't, pause the video. All right. So we are going to ask Octavia to show us a yes, a no, or a maybe. It's a pretty strong circle. Yep. It is definitely a maybe. All right, we're gonna go with the maybe. She's not changing direction. All right, thank you. So it's a maybe. I like maybes because it's as I've repeatedly said many, 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 many times, it's not the gospel. It's helper. It helps you. It's guidance if you choose. Even myself, I pulled a card for myself and I thought, I don't think so. And then, I just go on with my day, but it's still neat to see if spirit is kind of with us or and not, they can't be with everyone. So lots of times this message is just not for you. It's for many other people. So, all right, everyone, have a great day. Tune in next week for more great stuff. And remember, don't hold more hands than hands you have to hold with. Cheers.